Cindy is going to handle all ZE.
The Zoning Board of Appeals. The required meeting agenda, application materials, and legal notice are all available on the town website. Because in-person attendance, yes,
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, one moment. Let me just confirm that we are all live to go. I thought we might have been waiting on a commissioner. So just one sec, I'll confirm with TV, and once we're good, I'll let you know.
okay.
Mr. Chairman, we are all set.
Okay, thank you. So once again, I am Todd Doyle, Chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and I'd like to welcome you to the November 18th meeting, virtual meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Because in-person attendance at public meetings is likely to increase the risk of transmission of COVID-19, this hearing is being conducted in accordance with Governor Lamont's Executive Order number 7B and 7I. Will the zoning enforcement officer please call the roll?
Commissioner Michael D'Amato,
Here.
Chair Todd Doyle,
Here.
Angelo DiMatteo, Michael Johnson, John Neville,
Here.
John Harris. John Harris? Olinda Morales?
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Birmingham. And this is Todd Doyle, Chair again. For the record, I'd like to note that we do have a quorum of the board. Board members and town staff are participating via WebEx. Members of the public can view the meeting live on West Hartford Community Television or on West Hartford Community Interactive Comcast Channel 5 and Frontier TV Channel 6098, or at www.whctv.org. The meeting is also being recorded for on-demand viewing, which will be available on the town website. Because of the virtual format of this hearing, there are some special rules and procedures that I need to cover before I begin. First, I ask all participants to please mute their microphones on their devices when they are not speaking. Second, and pursuant to Executive Order 7B, all speakers must state their name and title each time they speak. Also, I will ask members of the board and the applicant not to address other participants directly. Board and requests for information must be made through the chair. After you state your name, simply preface your question or comment with the words "through the chair," and when you're done, I'll recognize the person who is most appropriate to respond. Although these practices may feel rigid and awkward, they will ensure the meeting is conducted in an orderly fashion and that members of the public who are listening can understand the discussion. With that, will the Assistant Zoning Enforcement Officer please read the legal notice?
Sure. The Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a virtual meeting on Wednesday, November 18th, 2020 at 6:00 p.m. to hear and act on the following petitions. This item was open and continued from the October 21st, 2020 meeting. Petition number 14-20, 50-52 Maplewood Avenue, Petition of M. Miranda requesting a variance to Section 177-20 obstructions in yards, requesting a plus or minus 24.1 foot variance on the north side of the property and a plus or minus 14-foot variance to the south side of the property to the 28.7-foot side yard setback to convert a two-family home to a three-family home. In addition, requesting a variance to Section 177-6E, standards for multifamily residence districts, requesting an 8% variance to the 20% maximum lot coverage of all buildings and a 1,166 square foot variance to the required 3,000 square foot required lot area per dwelling unit. No new exterior improvements are proposed as part of this application. RM3 zone. Virtual meeting viewing instructions. The public hearings will be conducted exclusively as virtual meetings in accordance with Executive Orders Number 7B and 7I issued by Governor Ned Lamont. The public hearings will be broadcast live on television on West Hartford Community Interactive Comcast Channel 5 and Frontier TV Channel 6098 and streamed live at www.whctv.org. Audio comment. Any interested persons may participate in real time by calling 1-408-418-9388 and using the following access code 173-707-5748 at 6 p.m. Participants using caller ID blocking will not be permitted to participate. Participants will be called on in the order in which their call was received. When prompted by the chair and/or moderator, participants will have the permission to speak on matters germane to the hearing. Written comment. Any interested persons may submit a written comment via email to comment.tpz@westhartfordct.gov. Written comments will be made part of the record at the November 18th, 2020 public hearing and posted on the town's website. In order to be included as part of the record, comments must meet the following requirements. Comments must be received no later than 3:30 p.m. on November 18th, 2020. The subject of the email shall be application number and address, ZBA, November 18th public hearing. The body of the email must begin with the interested person's full name and street address. Comments must be germane to the application and no longer than 500 words.
Thank you, Ms. Birmingham. And because we are all here and we can access email, we will entertain comments via email, even though it's after 3 o'clock. So thank you for that. And as promised, because of the virtual meeting format, there are some special rules and procedures regarding hearings that I need to cover before we begin. Again, some of this may sound redundant, so I apologize in advance. First, phone access is only intended for members of the public who wish to actively participate and provide comments on the noticed application for 50-52 Maplewood. If you are interested in speaking on this item, please call 1-408-418-9388 and enter access code 173-707-5748. If you are on the phone and do not plan to speak, please hang up and watch live on television on West Hartford Community Interactive Comcast Channel 5, Frontier TV Channel 6098, or streaming at whctv.org. Again, if you do not plan to comment, please hang up your phone now and instead listen to the hearing on the TV or internet. For members of the public who are still on the phone, please do not mute your device. The meeting moderator will keep everyone's line muted until it is your turn to speak. If you mute your own line, the moderator may not hear your voice when he calls for comment. Second, I would like to describe how the hand-raising process will work. Unfortunately, West Hartford's conference technology does not allow us to identify individual callers by name. So when the public comment portion of the meeting begins, the moderator will randomly unmute one call-in line and ask everyone to say their name at the same time. The voice that we hear will belong to the person whose line is unmuted. That person will then be recognized by the moderator and asked to restate their name and provide their street address. We will repeat this process until we have unmuted every phone line. It is very important that you say your name each time you are prompted by the moderator. If the moderator unmutes a phone line and does not hear a voice after the prompt, the phone line will be removed from the conference. If you have called in and are also streaming the meeting on YouTube or watching on TV, Please silence your other device when you speak. Otherwise, there'll be an echo because of a slight delay in the TV and streaming broadcast. Third, I ask that all speakers keep their comments brief and germane to the application. Obscene, offensive, or threatening language will not be tolerated. Anyone who violates this rule will receive a warning. And if the conduct continues, I will ask the moderator to mute that person's phone line for the remainder of the meeting. If the violation is egregious, that person will be muted immediately. Fourth, the public was provided opportunity to submit written comments on the application via email and mail. These comments have been published on the town's website as a .pdf file and are embedded in the online agenda. For the record, the zoning enforcement officer will now read the names of all those who submitted written comments.
We have no written comments at this time.
Thank you, Ms. Birmingham. Members of the public are welcome to continue sending comments to comment.tpz@westhartfordct.gov, and those comments will be distributed to the members of the board and also read into the record. Finally, I would like to outline for all attendees rules of engagement and how the board operates the public hearing. Those presenting and commenting should state their name and address for the record. Please spell your name. Board members may ask questions during the testimony of the applicant. All questions and comment will be directed through the chair and only after recognition by the chair, including follow-ups. If feasible, the chair will have the members hold their questions until the end of the applicant's presentation or end of a logical break in the applicant's presentation. Following the testimony of the applicant, the public will have a chance to comment about the current application in the following order in the manner previously described. Upon conclusion of the public's comments, the applicant will have an opportunity to address the opinions expressed. Upon conclusion of the applicant's rebuttal, and if there are no further questions from the board, the public hearing will be closed. It is the practice of the board to render a decision on an application the same night following all meetings on the public meeting agenda. I'd like to conclude by thanking everyone in advance for their patience. I'd also recognize that Michael Johnson has joined the meeting as a commissioner. And with that, will the applicant please proceed with their presentation?
Hello, this is Miguel Miranda speaking. I'm the owner of the 50-52 Maplewood Avenue, and I'm just applying for a third have it changed back to a 3-family. It was a 3-family at before we purchased the home, and yeah, we did everything that was told. Get the surveillance of the lot. We've gotten letters, and I just want to go forward into turning it from the 2-family back to a 3-family, a multi-family house.
All right, thank you, Mr. Miranda. So just for the clarification, we understand from the application that there will be no changes to the footprint of the structure. There's no expansion. It's going to be the existing house that was previously a 3-family residence, reconverted from a 2-family to a 3-family. So even though the variances are notionally for expansions of lot coverage limitations, expansions of setbacks, those setbacks are already grandfathered in for a 2-family. And it's just a matter, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, it's just a matter of applying those same 2-family grandfathered variances to this new 3-family, which is the same, housed in the same structure.
That's correct, Chair.
Thank you.
I did have some comments, if I may, just to give a bit of background on the application for the board. So as the applicant mentioned, it's the property at 5052 Maplewood has been assessed and used as a 2-family since 2017. And prior to 2017, according to assessment records, the property was assessed and used as a 3-family and had been since at least the 1950s, as I'm told. It's my understanding that the previous owner of the property was not able to continue renting out the 3rd floor unit, and not wanting to be taxed on the 3-family home, contacted the assessment office to formally change its classification to a two-family. With that zoning, confirm the information from the owner, the previous owner, that the third floor unit did not have all the components for a complete dwelling unit, and in this case, it was a full kitchen, and so it was not considered a third separate dwelling unit, and therefore assessment was able to switch it back to a two-family home in 2017. So, Chair, like you mentioned, the home does not have any structural changes being proposed today, but for it to be considered a three-family, and the owner to advertise it and rent the third floor unit as a separate unit, and also to move forward with the necessary permits of other departments, town departments, it first has to receive these requested variances before you. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you, Ms. Birmingham. And Mr. Miranda, what are there changes that you'll need to make? For example, do you need like to improve the kitchen or the cooking?
Honestly, like I don't know if you have any pictures, but I submitted
Yes.
all the recent pictures, photographs of the unit. It's completely done. I don't have anything to do to it. It's literally a vacant apartment, 2 bedrooms. It's got the bathroom all done, the kitchen's all done, and it's just been vacant since we purchased it back in July of 2019. But we are continue to get gas and electric bills from Eversource and CNG. And we've been paying for months, and there's no one there, and we've been we spent several $1,000s and just heating up an empty space.
They provide those statements as a service.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Any comments from other members of the board?
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Harris, please.
Yeah, this is a question for Brian. Brian, when it,
Or Brittany.
pardon?
Or Brittany.
Or Brittany, yeah, I'm sorry, Brittany. When it went from 3 units to 2, and it was grandfathered in terms of the setback variance, is there any problem going from 2 to 3 that creates something in the future, a problem in the future?
So when it was a two-family, it was still legally non-conforming because it didn't meet the setbacks of that zone. So it switches to a three-family with those same issues. So yes, essentially the two-family was grandfathered in. The three-family also, with this variance, it's going to be the side yard as well as, because they're adding a dwelling unit, it's 3,000 square feet per dwelling unit at the lot. And so they need that additional variance to meet that requirement as well.
So if I understand what you're saying, Brittany, so as a two-family, they may not have needed the 3,000 feet?
So I don't believe, so it's 3,000 per unit, and so it would need 6,000 square feet at least, and I believe the property did have it. The plan, I think, said it was about 7,000, but to be a three-family, it needs that additional 3,000 square feet, and that's why that in the agenda, it mentions that other variance that's needed.
Got it. Okay. Does that answer your question, Mr. Harris?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Anyone else? Questions for the applicant? Okay, so thank you, Mr. Miranda. At this point, if you have no further comments, we'll see if there are any comments in favor or opposed from members of the public.
Could I just add something?
Yes.
I do have the whole draw out, and it does say the existing lot has 7,834 square feet.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, Mr. Moderator, do we have anyone online that would like to speak either in favor or opposed to the application?
Mr. Chairman, we appear to have no call-in users.
Okay. All right. So with no further comment, Ms. Miranda, thank you for coming before the board. We appreciate it. We appreciate when people try to do the right thing. I think that's good. And we will now close the public portion of the hearing. for deliberations. Okay, so that's an easy one. We have one application on the agenda. So may I get a motion to approve application? What's the application number, Ms. Birmingham? I'm sorry, I don't.
Number 14-20.
May I get a motion to approve application 14-20?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. D'Amato, thank you. Okay, I appreciate the applicant coming before the board. I don't see, it's good for business. It's good to have people here. It's good to have the applicant come and get permission. It was already a 3-family. I have no issue with this application. I don't know how others feel.
Who made the motion, Chair?
Mr. Neville,
Okay.
anyone? Good. All right. Sensing we're ready to vote, Ms. Birmingham, may I get a roll call vote for this application?
Michael D'Amato,
Yes.
Todd Doyle,
Yes.
Don Neville,
Yes.
Michael Johnson. Was that a yes? John Harris,
Yes.
Olinda Morales,
Yes.
okay, that passes.
All right, perfect. Good luck, Mr. Miranda. Thank you for coming before the board. Okay, can I get a motion to, Brian, you look concerned. Do you have something to say? You're on mute.
I think the only thing that I wanted to say there was I think we ended up with 6 yes votes. So that was a super
I
approval.
forgot that Olinda was voting on that one and not John Harris. I apologize for that.
Super approval.
Yes.
Let him keep that one and roll it to the next application.
That's right. Yeah, let's see if we can do that.
All right, good. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes for, do we have, I think.
I didn't see any.
We got them by email. They were in the, I think they were sent yesterday.
Correct.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
do you want to tell Mr. Miranda that he's free to sign off if he wants to? I don't know if he's staying on just because he thinks he has to.
I thought I had to. Sorry.
Okay.
You're all
It's gonna
set.
be
So
interesting.
you
He
can
wants to stay
jump
on.
off.
Yeah.
Thank you
We're-
guys so much. Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Miranda.
Okay, so, Don, do you want to take a minute to look in your email for the minutes, or do you not feel comfortable signing off on the minutes?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And Brian, do we have the right group assembled here that can approve the minutes?
I show that we have Doyle, D'Amato, Morales, and Neville from last time. So that would be 4 votes and an adequate number to approve minutes.
They are attached. My apologies.
Give you a minute, Mr. Neville. Nice work, Brittany.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm good.
Okay. Motion to approve the minutes for the October meeting.
So moved.
So moved. Or second.
Okay, so Mr. D'Amato and Olinda second. All right, all those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry.
I gotta do the roll call.
Roll call vote, Ms. Birmingham. Thank you.
Michael D'Amato,
Yes.
Todd Doyle,
Yes.
John Neville,
Yes.
and Olinda Morales.
Yes.
That passes 4-0.
Okay, great. Good meeting, short and sweet. Motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Morales. Mr. Harris, you got to be quicker on the mute button.
And one
Second.
Thank you, Mr.
Second.
Neville.
Neville.
Okay. All those in favor, Ms. Birmingham? Roll call
Michael,
vote.
Michael D'Amato,
Yes.
Doyle,
Yes.
Michael Johnson,
Yes.
Don Neville,
Yes.
John Harris,
Yes.
Melinda Morales.
Yes.
That
Super efficient. Super efficient. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Good
Thanks,
meeting.
everybody.
And
Good night.
next
Thank you.
time. All right.
Thank you.